Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with a couple of family members, friends, and colleagues. I appreciate the support. Wanted to talk briefly about the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Now, we know that there's supposed to be 4 different trailers, correct? And the theory goes you have a trailer for Steve Rogers' return. So it looks like they are resulting back to nostalgia baiting. They're bringing back Steve Rogers as Captain America, played by Chris Evans, right? Then you have Thor coming back, Chris Hemsworth. Apparently with that Thor trailer, Loki is apparently returning as well. So very interesting how they're bringing him back. The third trailer, I believe, is reserved for Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. And then the fourth is going to be the main trailer for the film. But we do know that they had the Steve Rogers trailer in front of Avatar Fire and Ash. Spoke on that briefly as we were talking about the prologue for the IMAX showings. The prologue for the Odyssey, of course, in front of the IMAX showings of Avatar Fire and Ash. And so at this point, they have released that trailer. So an interesting tidbit and side note, I did believe that this trailer, and you could say all 4 of these trailers are going to be exclusive to theater, but you did have some leaks earlier in, I believe it was last week, of that Steve Rogers trailer. And so maybe this is their answer for those leaks, just putting the trailer out online, right? And so that trailer is online officially. You can watch it the way it's supposed to be watched, obviously, right? Obviously in theater, that's the ultimate way to watch it, but it is online, so you can watch it on YouTube or perhaps Disney or Marvel Studios, right? .com. But we have that Steve Rogers trailer out. I watched that today, and of course it is the trailer that did leak. It was recorded on a phone, but it is that same trailer, and pretty much it's not really anything that's too interesting. It's not full of energy. It's not full of excitement whatsoever, to be honest. You do see him return there, obviously, going back home. There's a child involved there, his home. Everything seems pretty safe, right? Pretty calm. And then it says Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And so I think obviously leading in to the other trailer with Thor, maybe it might be the same thing. Maybe this one may be a little more interesting as well, because Thor's life is different than Steve Rogers at this point in time. Remember, at the end of Endgame, Steve Rogers basically retired and he passed on the mantle of Captain America, right? And so I think that's just a very interesting way to look at that trailer right there, right? It seems like he's enjoying home life, and perhaps in that third trailer where they do show Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, if they even do show him on screen there in his entirety, I think it's going to be a very interesting way to look at the calmness of Steve Rogers' life and then what's going to be happening to transpire when Dr. Doom does arrive. And so I think that's going to be interesting as well. I really wish they would have did something to tie in the Fantastic Four, obviously, with this, because we do know those characters are going to be involved. And the Fantastic Four did decent in theater, and it was a pretty solid film, I must say, this year, a film that I watched twice in theater. So I wish they had a trailer for that, just to tie in that different universe into this universe, right? And so I don't think they're going to do that, but obviously we're still early in the promotional stages for Avengers Doomsday. But overall, I don't think the trailer necessarily sets the tone, but it lets people know that, hey, Chris Evans is back. He's Captain America. He's going to remain as Captain America, and he'll be in this film. So anybody that did miss him, I'm sure, is happy with it. I thought originally that this trailer, I didn't think they'd do it in 4 different trailers, honestly. I thought there would be a main trailer, a main teaser, obviously, and then their cycle of promotion going into the release of the film next December. But I thought the trailer would have a little more punch to it, to be quite honest. Something that really kept you on edge, letting you know, hey, this is what it's going to be for Avengers Doomsday. Now, possibly you could see that with the Robert Downey Jr. trailer, but we will have to see if that has the impact that I'm looking for. But I did think that initial trailer would have a little more punch to it. Looks like they're actually just kind of I don't know, going through the motions with all of this promotion for Avengers Doomsday. As I said, we're in the early stages of it, but to me, it wasn't a trailer that's going to get you extremely excited for the film or stoked for the film by any means. They're just letting you know we're going back to the nostalgia. We're trying to get you back in theater with characters that you are familiar with and characters that you do like. So I'm very interested to see when that official Thor trailer releases, because I believed that a lot of these trailers were going to be exclusive to theater, but maybe because of the leaks, they figure, hey, we're just going to put them all out. Now, we might get that Thor trailer next week, and then the week after that, the 3rd, and then the 4th. But we'll have to see if they do switch up the trailers with all these showings of Avatar, Fire, and Ash. It's going to be very interesting moving forward. as far as promotion goes for Avengers Doomsday. But ladies and gents, if you did see that official trailer for Avengers Doomsday, the teaser of course, please let me know what you thought about it. Does it get you excited for Avengers Doomsday in this next chapter for Marvel? And does it get you excited to see these other trailers that they're going to be releasing along with this trailer that did come out with Steve Rogers? I want to know your thoughts on that. Also, let me know in comparison to other trailers that came out. You had the Odyssey prologue, the Odyssey official trailer that came out, Avengers Doomsday trailer, you had Disclosure Day trailer. You had quite a bit of trailers coming out around Avatar, Fire and Ash. Compare it to those and let me know what film you're most excited for going into next year. Definitely going to be a decent slate of films, especially in the fall. So I want to know your thoughts on that. Ladies and gents, please subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications if you have not done that. Like this video. Share this video with some people too. That helps out a lot. Try to get some more subscribers here, more listeners. I appreciate that. And be safe. It's Neff signing off.